Okay, let's talk about the ACT science section. I'm going to guess that for a lot of you, just hearing those words makes your stomach drop a little bit. You open up that test booklet, you see all those wild graphs and charts, and it is so easy to feel completely lost. But what if I told you there's a simple step-by-step system to figure out every single graph they can throw at you? Well, that's exactly what we're going to break down today.
Yeah. Does this look familiar? You flip the page, you see a bunch of squiggly lines, weird labels, and your brain just short circuits. It feels like you're trying to read a totally foreign language with a clock ticking down right next to your ear. It's a huge reason for test day panic, but I promise you, it does not have to be this way.
And here it is. This is the big secret that changes everything. The ACC science section isn't really a science test, it's a focus test. The people who make the ACT design these graphs to look super intimidating, but the questions they ask, they're almost always way simpler than they look. You just have to know exactly where to put your attention.
So how do we know where to look? Well, it all boils down to this really powerful method I found called the 3-question secret. This is your key. This simple framework is going to unlock any graph they give you and turn all that confusion into total confidence. All right, you ready? This slide right here has the entire strategy. Every single time you see a graph, you're just going to ask yourself these 3 things. That's it. Number 1, what is changing? Number 2, what is being measured? And number 3, what's the pattern? Seriously, every single question you'll face is just a different version of one of these 3 ideas. Okay, so let's put this into practice. Let's talk about step 1. Before you even look at the dots and lines, you got to get your bearings. I want you to think of every graph like it's a map. It's literally designed to guide you to the right answer. You just have to know how to read it first. So the first part of our map is the x-axis. You know, that horizontal line that runs along the bottom? This guide directly answers our first secret question. What is changing? This is what the scientists are messing with in the experiment. Things like time or depth or how much of a chemical they're adding. And then you've got the y-axis. That's the vertical line running up the side. This answers our second question. What is being measured? This is the result they're looking for, right? The thing they're observing, like temperature or height or how fast something happens. Ah, see? This slide brings it all together perfectly. Just look at it. Along the bottom, the x-axis shows us what's changing. In this case, it's time, and it's measured in minutes. And then going up the side, the y-axis shows us what's being measured, temperature in degrees Celsius. The axes are your compass. They're pointing you exactly where you need to look. So here is the absolute number 1 rule you cannot forget. Before you even peek at that data line, you must read the labels and the units on your axes. Skipping the units is like the easiest way to fall for a trap answer. Are we talking seconds or minutes, meters or kilometers? That tiny little detail is so often where the tricky question is hiding.
Okay, so you've read your map, you know what you're looking at. Now for step 2, and honestly, this is the fun part. It's time to find the story that the data is trying to tell you.
And finding that story is as simple as asking one more little question. As x gets bigger, so as you move from left to right along the bottom of the graph, what's happening to y? Is that line going up? Is it going down? Or is it just staying flat? And the beautiful thing is, there are really only 3 basic stories a graph can ever tell you. It can go up, that's an increase. It can go down, a decrease, or it can stay the same. That's constant. So, for example, in our temperature graph, you might see that as time on the x-axis increases, the temperature on the y-axis also increases. The line goes up. That's the whole story. This right here, this is your new mantra for test day. Use this as a self-check. Before you even look at the answer choices, can you actually summarize the graph in one simple sentence? Something like, as time passes, the temperature goes up. If you can say that sentence out loud, boom, you've officially cracked the code for that graph. So let's do a super quick recap here, because this isn't just another study tip, you know? When you get this 3-step process down, it really becomes like a superpower on test day. It lets you just slice right through all the noise and get straight to the answer. First thing you do, every time, identify your axes. What's changing on the x-axis? What's being measured on the y-axis? Second, and don't you forget it, check your units. Seconds, kilograms, milliliters. Don't let a simple little detail catch you off guard. And third, tell the story. Just say it in a simple sentence. As x goes up, y does what? Once you lock in that story, you've pretty much locked in your answer. See? It's not magic, is it? It's a method. It takes what feels like the most intimidating part of the entire test and makes it clear and totally manageable. You now have the exact toolkit you need to make ACT Science your best section. So the only question left is, who's ready to go ace this thing?